Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're checking out What If Timor-Leste formed an empire. If you don't know, that's Portuguese for East Timor, but people call it Timor-Leste because that's its official name. They're not shown on this map, but they are over here. So just keep in mind that they're like right around here. They're right there. So they're gonna buy some land off of they're gonna buy some land from Indonesia, which will be all of the Timor Islands, whatever these islands are called. This weird looking island that I don't know the name of. All of this K looking island, and a part of their Papua Islands. Part of their islands of Papua. Well, actually, it is their islands of Papua, because you can actually see them right there. This is near Papua New Guinea. So Timor-Leste has bought all this land right here. So now they're on the map. So now you can see where they are. So Papua New Guinea will well, they're just gonna get the rest of Papua. That's not part of this. So from there, yeah, they're just gonna take over the rest of Indonesia. No one said they didn't say they were gonna invade them. So this is like a sneak attack. So, but I'm not gonna show it because I need to get this done. Because I want to get this done faster than normal. So they already took Jakarta. Jakarta. So now they got all of Sumatra. Now they're going into Borneo. Which they take. So they basically have all of Indonesia except for the rest of East Papua. West Papua. I guess Papua New Guinea could be East Papua New Guinea. And this could be West Papua New Guinea. Wait, no. Papua New Guinea would be East Papua New Guinea, and this one that I just said correctly would be East Papua New Guinea. So there would be two Papua New Guineas, East and West. I like that name. I like those names. So now that they took all of Indonesia, we could take a look at the power index of the world. Where is Indonesia at? Ranked at? So they're at 13. So Timor-Leste went from whatever they are now all the way up to 13. Which their military is stable. So let's look at where Malaysia is. So Malaysia, they're all the way at 42. So in Brunei and Singapore, they're not gonna make it. So Timor-Leste will just roll through. Borneo. They'll roll through Borneo. And then they'll go over here. Yeah, I'm just simplifying it. And then in the peace treaty, we see full annexation. First, I'm just going to get rid of the borders here. So that's what this will... Really? What just happened? Really? Sorry about that. YouTube decided just to... Never mind. As we all know, we already know what happened. I was in the middle of this, right here. So finally, we got caught back up here. Now, we see that all of Borneo is under their control, which, they're already at 13, so, that really didn't change much for them. So now we're just gonna color in all these, all the provinces of this area. There we go. Wait, is this a part of Thailand? No. So now, Timor-Leste is, very strong now. So, Thailand would be their next target. Because they're right now on their border now. So, and then they'll also move into Myanmar while they're at it. So they'll go around here, cut Myanmar off from their tail, make an invasion. I forget where their capital is, so I'm just gonna... Then they move into Bangladesh. And yeah, they're not stopping. This empire is not gonna stop. So with that, yeah. Myanmar is going to be cut off from Thailand. And eventually, the entire country will just surrender. So I'm just going to color in the area. It's very hard, okay? Now all we have left is Thailand. After a bit of fighting, Bangkok gets captured, and they're not going to surrender yet, so they're just going to keep getting invaded. Until, the government surrenders finally. But before they make a peace treaty, they're just gonna go after these areas. So they're gonna go up. They went through Cambodia, and now they're going to Laos. You want to go anywhere else? Oh, you want to go to Vietnam? Okay. I guess that's fine. They're not gonna be able to fight back anyway. Because you don't want to mess with Timor-Leste. They have anger issues. And with that, the wars has finally ended. Oh boy, that's a lot of red on the map. Let's take a look at the peace treaty. That'll be drawn up by Timor-Leste. Oh boy, this is about to be crazy. First off, Thailand gets fully annexed. so does um uh so does Myanmar. They get fully annexed. Laos gets fully annexed. Cambodia gets fully annexed. And even Bangladesh, they also get fully annexed. And then, let's see, Vietnam, Vietnam War. Let's see here. We need to see, North Vietnam, and okay. We have a perfect division, so it's the 17th parallel, so we can look. Hold on, I gotta get. Okay, so can I not like get in here? So I think. Hold on. Okay, so it's kind of like. So I think it's these areas right here. So yeah, Southern Vietnam will go over to Timor-Leste, with North Vietnam becoming a puppet state, which I'll do here in a second. So I think that's correct. So now, let's get this pinkish color so we can draw do the puppet state. So the Vietnam borders were drawn up on the 17th parallel, but there wasn't two Vietnams because the U.S. just abandoned South Vietnam because they just couldn't fight Vietnam. They just couldn't do it. So they just abandoned the South and let the North take over, which is why we have a communist nation ally. So all we need to do is look at where Laos is. So let's look at that area, alright. So it's like right here. So this is where the border will be. So now I'm going to have to draw in the border like that. There we go. So, Timor-Leste has went on a very expansionist conquest. So the world looks at Timor-Leste like, what are you doing? You conquered a lot of land already. You should be done by now. But no, they're not done. They will never be done. They want so much. They want a lot of land. So it's gonna take that's gonna take a while. As you can see, I'm just getting rid of these borders first. Perfect. Alright. And then, yeah. And boom. So as you can see, Vietnam is a perfect puppet state. A perfect puppet state. So Hanoi's over there, so boom. No, don't do that. So they have all of this land. So what are they gonna do? Okay, so while that was happening, off camera, I guess they just decided to take over both Sri Lanka and the Maldives. I don't know what was the purpose, but okay. Yeah, I didn't intend that to happen, but I guess they did do that. For some reason, the Maldives and Sri Lanka get annexed in every video now. I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's a certain event that always happens. I don't know. But they already have a lot of land, so we can look. So obviously they took over a lot of countries. Where is the Philippines at? So they're still at 13, by the way. So they didn't go after the Philippines, surprisingly. So now they're going to go after the Philippines, which might get someone named with the letters USA a little angry at Timor-Leste over here, but they're not going to do anything about it. So with that, Timor-Leste begins their invasion of the Philippines. And before they complete their invasion, we see a nuke drop on Manila. Where'd that nuke come from? Turns out, someone has been supplying them with some nukes. I wonder who. I wonder if a certain colonizer is meddling in some empire, in some invasion stuff. Huh. Okay, it's Britain. It's the UK. They just gave them nukes. They helped them develop nukes, and now this area is just, yeah. So yeah, let's look at the peace treaty, which the Filipino government just isn't there anymore. All of them died when the nuke dropped. They didn't have time to evacuate the city. Which, led to the peace treaty just being pretty harsh. It's pretty harsh. It was gonna be pretty harsh on them anyway. I didn't intend it to be this harsh on the Philippines. But I knew it was going to be harsh from the start when they had the nuke. And by the way, I did plan this all to happen. If I didn't plan on me just getting a lot of land here. So they kind of like encircle the air. They kind of like do like a bit of. So like they kind of like spare them. They're allowed to live. Actually, I changed my mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna color them as a puppet. I'm gonna color northern Filipino island in. And then I'll just go back around and color all this back in. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why the UK just helped Timor-Leste get nukes. I guess they're just meddling in some politics. I guess they're just meddling in other things now. Instead of it meddling inside of other countries and taking them over, they're just deciding just to do whatever they want now. Which I really don't understand the reasoning. But I just know they're just British. We all know they like to claim random things. So this is kind of like, and they like to do random things. So this is just another one of those random things they do. So just like that. So I'm gonna have to draw in the border for this. They don't like doing, but it's gonna be surprisingly easy because, like, it's just this boom. So this right here will be a puppet state, right there. And the rest of this area is going to become a part of the empire. Which, yeah. Not good. If you're from the Philippines and you're watching this, I am so sorry this happened. But just like I said before, well, now the Philippines doesn't own the condominium of a island. Wait, is this another island? An island within a lake. Within an island, within a lake, with the island of Luzon. So that's a cool condominium. Little condominium. Which now this puppet government, actually not the Puppet Government Act. It's actually Brunei, the empire that owns it. That's just something I found interesting. I didn't actually know that before. So where do they go from here with all this new land? Well, they got the Philippines. There might be someone else who might get cooked. But that means the Taiwanese. Yep, they just get fully annexed. Which, this makes China pretty angry. Which they might threaten the Timor-Leste over this, but remember, Timor-Leste has nukes now. Which I'll just draw in, I'll just put the entire number. Turns out the UK just gave them like 1,000 nukes. Actually, no, they didn't give them just 1,000. Hold on, get ready for it. They gave them 5,665. That was gonna put another 6? No. So, they helped them build some, but now they used one on the Philippine island. So now it's 5,664. So I thought that would be interesting to do. And then surprisingly, then the US is gonna send some of their nuclear submarine, make some nuclear submarines for Timor-Leste, which they have 1,000 nuclear submarines, so they'll have 1,000 nuclear submarines. And within those 1,000, there's gonna be 35 nukes, which if we pull up a calculator, 1,000 times 35, that's 35,000 nukes. And add the $664, they have 40,000 nukes. They have 40,664 nukes. That's the most nukes a country will have. So they have a lot. They can do a lot with that. By a lot, I mean they'll use some of those nukes they have. So you might be familiar with this, that something the U.S. did before. One there, and where's your? Oh, one did that, and one here. They nuked Nagasaki and Hiroshima again. That was intentional. But not only that, they also nuked a little bit, kind of nuked another city. Kind of nuked, they kind of nuked this area too. So they used 3 of those nukes, which will bring them down over to 40,661 nukes. Which they have those supplies to build more, but so they used 3 of those nukes, and with that, yeah, they're just gonna get rolled over because Japan, they didn't get 2 suns this time, they got 3. And that's not good because now they're just gonna get invaded easily. And and they took over all of Japan. Let's look at the peace treaty that they will draw up. For this little area. So, as we all know, they just nuked Nagasaki. They nuked Osaka and Hiroshima. But that's not all they'll be getting. They did get those cities, but they'll also get a lot of... They'll get this island that Nagasaki's on. They will also get this entire island right here, right there, and they will be getting a lot of this land. So, now we draw in the new borders. For Japan, and we can see, look. Not like that. Something like this. Right there. So that's their new borders. So that's the Japanese islands. And then we see another thing. Puppet government. So their empire is very big. Wait. Undo that one. Let's get the puppet thing color. Yes. Sorry. So basically just the rest of Japan. Sooner or later, something interesting happens where, Russia will decide just to hand over, Sakhalin to, they'll give it over to the Japanese puppet state, because they're scared to fight this power, which, originally was at 22, but now they crept actually no, they were still at 13, they crept their way all the way up to 8. So, yeah, turns out, don't mess with Timor-Leste. But they're not done yet, because they still have more expansion to go on. And India, you're in the way of their expansion. So, they had one nuke that would, destroy nukes of one country. And they're going to use that one on India. That destroys all the nukes that India has. So it doesn't emit radiation, it just... The country it lands on, it destroys all the nukes that the country has. So India no longer has nukes. So, now, wait a minute. I said, 40,600, hold on, I said this. They used 3, which that'll be 61, but now they use that one, so yeah. So, and then we see India just, and yeah. Alright, let's look at the peace treaty. I'm just too lazy to do all that now, because this video is getting way too long. So, they will annex uh, a good portion of India. By good portion, I mean like a giant chunk out of India. Also, for some reason, they just took over Nepal. And also Bhutan, for whatever reason. I don't know why. That they just decided to do that. Yeah, they kind of have a lot of this land now. Which, that looks weird, but, I didn't let them live. No. A puppet state out of this. They're gonna make a puppet state out of the rest of India here. So all of India will be under their control. So that's not good. And Pakistan, you're kind of screwed, bud. So I'm just gonna try and draw these borders to the best of my ability. So I know, like, right there. I'm not good at drawing borders, guys. Remember that. But yeah. So this is the new border of this map of the empire. And you can see the provinces. I'll show you the provinces when we're done. Oops, sorry, China. Forgot about that. Hold on, I could just do that. Boom. You guys, you can probably hear that in the background, right? Mom's playing music, which I do not want to hear right now. But yeah, and then over here in New Delhi, boom. This empire's huge. So they were at 8. Now they're at 4. And then something funny happens. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, they took over both both Koreas. So well, that was weird. Why did you invade a Chinese ally? Yeah, they just wanted to, but and then yeah, that's all. Yep, that's all. There's the entire empire. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was just it. Sorry. And now let's just get all this. So I'm just gonna probably yap a bit, just so I can talk a bit more. So as you can see, I'm just doing all the islands first, before the main area, for the, like, mainland there, for the main empire area. That's not islands. So Borneo, yeah, you're still an island, so. Well, there's more islands around Borneo, but the name of this island is Borneo, so. So yeah, they have a lot of nukes. Very surprising. So this is gonna be so right after this, I'm gonna do a YouTube short where I'll do like I'll do like I'll find a flag for St. Vincent and the Grenadines right there, and I'll get their national anthem on, and then I'll put their flag in the background, do something like this with my face, and just play it out. I'll decide how good it is and put it on my tier list for all the national anthems, which there's not much, but there's gonna be more coming up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Just letting you guys know all that. Well, and ladies and yeah, just all you human beings who are watching this video. Yeah, I'm just sorry. That's a lot of yapping from me. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? So they didn't gain any any allies from all this, which is very surprising, to say the least. Which this empire is kind of like a weird one. Is so that's kind of like new for me, as I usually make countries join an alliance, make an alliance with the empire, but this time I didn't. I don't know why. I guess I didn't really plan that one. But I knew that Timor-Leste would have done all this, but I didn't think they would go this far. Well, I guess there's a lesson to be learned. Don't mess with Timor-Leste. Or this will happen. Very bad. Don't let Timor-Leste get a hold of nukes, or they might do this. Take over a lot of Asia. Yeah. Alright, this one, there we go. I'm kind of surprised I made a reference to the Vietnam War in this video, because I never do that. I never, try and draw the borders, how it was split during some other times. I didn't plan to do that for the puppet state. So, that was just, me doing a random thing, and it turned out to look cool. A real, reference to a to the Cold War era. So, yeah. There's that. Oh, and oh boy, that's a lot of land. And we're not done because we still have their puppet states. So, why was I going to Pakistan, India? Probably almost angered a lot of Indians in the comments by almost saying Pakistan when I was looking at this part of India. Sorry to the Indians out there who are watching this, if you are watching this. They have 4 puppet states in all, and yeah, they are number 4 in terms of military and everything. So they're right. So they're like very strong now. So yeah. So there's all that done. You can go ahead and save and close that one. And go over here and do this. Which here's all the countries that are done. So they're check mark in green. So these Cyprus, I did those in Europe, so I've already done Syria. So I've done Timor-Leste now, so whoa. There's that one. So I think I should do I'm gonna do Palestine next to support the Palestinians out there. Yeah, we're gonna do Palestine next, so stay tuned. So there's that. Then when we get back over here, then we can go over here. Then we'll just turn off the face cam. Hello? Yeah, there we go. And now we'll take a photo. Of this empire. Yeah, that's bad. And then we can save the empire. Bro. Save. Hold on. Save. Bruh. Save. Bruh. Well, you all saw it, so. There. There we go. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Why did I take a picture? So, bye guys.